gonna go back to
Okay.
the, zoning board of review.
Hang on, you want to say something, Mr. Chairman? He's gonna.
So the other item on the Board of Appeals is Mr. Doherty. I'm understanding that.
Oh, yeah.
We know you so well now.
Wants to request a withdrawal, so
Okay.
That'll just take a second, right?
All right, then I will, correct that and stay on the, Coventry zoning board of appeals. And we have the attorney here for Westwood Construction Inc., correct?
Westwood Construction Inc. Yes, Mr.
And your
Chairman.
full name and address?
My name is Patrick Doherty. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Rhode Island. My office address is 887 Boston Neck Road in the town of Narragansett.
Okay, are you going to give testimony, would you like to be sworn in?
I am not going to give testimony, Mr. Chairman. What I would like to request is that we be able to withdraw the appeal without prejudice due to the fact that it is now moved. The permit has been issued and there's nothing in controversy any longer.
All right, make a long story short, what happened?
Initially, a building permit application was attempted to be filed and it was not accepted due to the fact that it didn't get all the checks off on it from the, I guess there's a sheet that goes around from the building official where you go to the court, make sure taxes have been paid, make sure there aren't any other issues outstanding.
So who's responsible for the taxes on the individual unit?
Well, no, this is a very idiosyncratic, unique area of the law. The town of Coventry had requested some kind of legislation that allowed the town to have tax sales on mobile homes and treat them, much like with real estate.
Right.
And what happened is the town tax collector would refuse to sign off and check the box on the routing slip from the building official's office on the basis that the taxes on the mobile home unit had not been paid. It had actually gone to tax sale. My client, Westwood Construction, didn't own the tax sale. They were seeking a permit for it. The owner of the real estate on which the thing had been situated, the mobile home had been situated, didn't own that either, and it wasn't their tax bill. So unfortunately, the building official was making sure, in accordance with his past practice, that all the boxes on the routing slip were
Correct,
checked off.
yeah, he's doing his job.
And this one was not, and so we were in a conundrum where we couldn't even get a building application, a permit filed. So we had no choice other than under the state law to file the fee in order to perfect our appeal. And we had to research in the table of fees, what was properly payable, which we did. And due to ongoing discussions between the solicitor's office and my office and my client, we pretty much resolved that issue. And
Okay, resolve the issue. Now, who's responsible for the tax?
well, the taxpayer is responsible for the tax against whom the tax had been assessed. And unfortunately,
So was their unit removed?
I think it's been removed to a separate lot for storage. The town had bid in at the tax title for that, but the title has not been fully and finally declared to be in the town. They didn't foreclose the right of redemption. So it's.
So they didn't foreclose on it,
Well, I think the town is wise in not foreclosing on it, because then it becomes their problem and their ownership interest. It's a dilapidated, condemned mobile home that's in disrepair and not worth anything.
All right, so the value really determined the settlement of the whole case.
Well, no, I think really it's the obligation as to who would owe the tax that resolved it. And we didn't pay it, and the town hasn't been pressing us on that. And my client has been working with the town in an attempt to try and find a better way to address these issues and assist the town in some fashion of not having them get stuck with these delinquent taxes based on that, so.
So the building permit you applied for was to do what?
To put a new unit on the pad.
Oh, on that space, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Mr. Chairman, motion to,
Motion to dismiss.
motion to dismiss without prejudice.
I will second that.
Okay, motion's made and seconded.
I
Any
wanna
further
discuss
discussion on the motion?
You're gonna get 5 votes.
Sorry. No, we gotta make him pay his dues here.
Thank you very much.
We didn't take a vote, did
Are
we?
there any other further questions?
No, we didn't vote
We
yet.
didn't vote
Okay,
yet.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, now we shall return to the zoning board of review.
Well, Mr. Murray,
And Mr. Murray,
We're one out now, so hey, time to get.
I'm gonna have our zoning enforcement officer please read the application into the record.
Applicant is seeking a dimensional variance to construct a two-car garage 4 feet from the side property line where 12 is required. The applicant is Lucas Murray. The owner is Lucas and Angela Murray, and the location of the property is 121 Hill Farm Camp Road, which is assessed spot 33, lot 8, into the RR2.
Okay, is the applicant here, please?
I am.
I'm gonna ask you to step up to the podium, please give your full name and address.
My name is Lucas Murray, 121 Hill Farm Camp Road.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to raise your right hand. You swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth in front of this board.
I do.
Okay, Mr. Murray, had the opportunity, was very lucky to meet you up there today, and you were able to explain to me exactly what you're gonna do. Just so our zoning enforcement officer, anytime you put up an addition, you have the individual stake it out. Red stakes are the physical structure, green stakes would be the, like, decks, something like this here. So that when we go up to take a look at it, we can actually see, or I would have just dismissed this tonight, if I didn't catch Mr. Murray here now.
I wasn't aware that that was a requirement.
That is a requirement. Okay, I know you did. That's why I put it out there. Terry should have told you that.
you said anything about stakes?
The stake must be staked out, and red stakes are the physical structure. Green stakes would be like a deck or something like sidewalks and landscape, not landscaping, but a deck or something.
Accessory structure.
Red stakes would be actually physical structure. And this is what we have done for a number of years. So therefore, when each member shows up, they can actually see how close it is to the fence, how close it is to the property line, and where it will actually end and cease. Just having a set of plans and walking up there doesn't give a real good picture. All right, and also after tonight, I'd like to have that notice on the board and thing about, and he is correct, the attorney we had earlier, on, you must obtain your own legal representation for presenting any applications. And we should have that notice right up there. Most towns do, and I have noticed that. And years ago, the zoning enforcement had a standard lecture for it. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to memorize it, or somebody's gonna have to do that when they sign the application. And it probably should be underneath the signature in the application, the same thing.
I don't understand what you're saying.
That when somebody goes in there, like, for example.
They're not gonna give legal opinions.
They're not going, exactly.
Staff's not responsible.
Yeah, it's
Legal
not,
advice.
Oh, all right.
yeah, it's not up to the zoning enforcement officer to tell them exactly how to fill out the forms, what to do, and everything else.
Okay.
That is not their job.
I'm not sure about the application form.
On the application form, we should have something where they sign it, is that they acknowledge that they should have legal advice for the correct procedures required for this application.
But I would, well,
Every lawyer's gonna love that, but I'm not sure you can actually put that in the
no,
application.
I would think.
Maybe we word it the other way.
Well, I'm telling you, I think it's,
Word it.
No, I know, it's already required.
afford a lawyer.
It's already,
well, that's too bad.
no.
How about you word it the other way around? That this department is not bound to give legal opinion on what needs to be done. I mean, it almost sounds like everybody that comes before you is gonna have to get a lawyer first. That's kind of what it
Well, I'm
sounds
gonna tell you right now, most towns do.
like. Okay.
Not for,
And
not
most
for
towns-
private things, I mean, you do if you're a
Oh, they
company.
even make you get a
Mr.
survey.
Murray is
They
standing
make you
there.
come up with a survey first. I'm gonna tell you right now, most towns make a survey, and they tell you, okay, if you wanna present your own application, you may do so, but we prefer you to have a lawyer because of just what happened tonight.
Yeah, well, you did have
You
one.
did have a lawyer.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna pay, I didn't even want to
And
get
he
started.
has to have a lawyer, because he's a corporation.
Can I make a comment?
Sure,
Can we discuss this later and let
Yes.
Mr. Murray?
Yeah.
you're 100%
Thank you.
correct.
You'll be happy I'm not a lawyer. Nor do I have one.
Okay. Please explain to me what you'd like to do, sir.
Sure. So if you've read my application, I have a home that's over 100 years old. If you're familiar with the Hill Farm Camp area, I'm a Victorian house. You come down the hill, and Jim Hill's my next door neighbor. The house is actually, my next door neighbor predates the town. So to give you an idea of when these houses were built, and sort of and I've spent a lot of work reconditioning. I grew up in Coventry, and I'm not going anywhere. Bought the house 8 years ago. A lot of sweat equity into it, and I have 2 kids at the Western. Knowing that we're a little strapped for storage space, there's a stone basement. It gets wet in the winter. As big of a house as it is 3 stories, but it's an old house. There's a lot of common area. There's not a lot of good storage. It's got great architectural features, and so when I was discussing with my wife, we decided that we would try to do a 2-car garage. Obviously, being a lot that is already non-conforming, we meet the front setback, we meet the rear setback, but we are close to the neighbor. It's a historical property in a historical neighborhood. I approached my neighbor, Jim Hill, who owns the property. He basically owns everything around me. I'm the only parcel to get out of the family.
I was gonna say, do you own the parcel,
I
or
do.
not leased land, right?
Yeah, I'm the only one who got out of the family. Somehow I got out of the family in the 40s. He rents the house to the right of me, which is where the garage would be. The house to the left of me is his daughter, which is a really historic house in the 1700s. He lives in the house next to that. So,
Okay, just to bring it up to, I believe we're gonna have to amend the application on the frontage because he has no street frontage, but that is not a road.
yeah, I guess in reality it is. It's a historic right-of-way
It's a
that I have
historic
rights
right-of-way.
to.
At Hill Farm Camp,
Correct.
the zoning enforcement officer would not know this, not being around.
The town does maintain it to the end of the paved way, and I do get town trash pickup. So it's always been recognized as a town road in that it gets serviced. Jim at some point.
Well, I might be incorrect on that, that might be a road.
Hold on a second, according to this, there's 76 feet of frontage
Yeah.
at the top of the road.
Right, but I didn't realize that.
But the road is
The road
actually
is-
technically on his property. If you look at the plot map and the way it's
That's what
plotted
I'm
out,
saying. He owns the road.
it's his property, but it's.
Oh, this is Hill Farm Camp
This goes
Road.
back.
Oh,
Correct.
right.
Is this going down, but not all the way down in?
Not all the way down in. Yeah, I'm on the paved way. I'm directly across from Standish.
Is it across from the fire station?
No, you have to take the
That's
left
Hill
on
Farm.
the
This
Hill
is Hill
Farm
Farm
campus.
Camp.
He's down in the
So
camp.
if you're familiar with the old
That's what I'm
ball
talking
fields,
about.
I used to
Yeah,
play
right
prep
across
ball
from the
down
stadium.
there, or T-ball. That's, if you were gonna go down to the old ball.
You don't know there was a fire station there, that's where Hill Farm started.
Yeah, you're right across from
Jimmy Hill's
Standish.
father,
Yeah.
Dick Hill,
You've done a
had the
nice
fire
job with
truck.
that house.
And there was a, all right, anyway.
Yeah,
And then
so-
across from
so
that, the
what
house
I've
is
done
right on
is-
the road,
What's that?
across from the little building, which was the
Yeah,
fire
Jim's
station.
got a flag there and it's
That
an
house
aisle.
is right on, well, where were you from there?
I'm directly across, from where now?
Right here.
I'm sorry.
From the mill, let's go to the mill.
I'm directly across from the old.
Okay.
Yeah, the old waste mill is now Standish and that's, yeah, it's
I
still
lived
there.
down in there in
Yeah.
1936.
Oh, yeah. So it's a historic area. I love that home. Like I said, it's got some challenges. We're not planning to go anywhere. Any house built today at 2,600 square feet would normally have a garage. We don't have that opportunity. We're not moving anywhere. We'd like to have the space.
Good.
2-car family. We have 2 kids, and obviously the toys pile up as well. I'm proposing a 2-story structure because it has to be, it's a 24 by 24 garage. That's gonna fit, I plan on actually fitting the cars in there and not using that for storage. So I'd like to put the storage up on the 2nd level, which architecturally fits with the building because it's a 3-story, 36-foot high building.
Yeah, we had the plans, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a landscape architect by trade, so a lot of this was done in-house, but I took this and photo matched it in.
That really,
That looks nice.
So you can kind of see, it's more like a carriage house. I want a carriage house look. And I've done a lot of work to kind of bring back the old trim. I just repainted and did all the trim work. So I'm gonna put corbels on it and do like carriage house doors and make it look historic. So I'm gonna match all the trim to the house. and, you know, really do it up, a dormer it out. And actually, at that height is in scale with the house itself. If I just put a smaller garage, really actually would kind of look dinky next to the house.
Would look what next to the house?
Dinky, small,
Dinky.
sorry.
Is there access from inside the house to that top room?
I'm sorry?
Is there access from inside the house to?
There is access. What I'm doing is bridging over, if you look at the plans, I'm bridging over what I affectionately call the doghouse, the an old wood chute that comes off the back.
Okay.
So we're basically taking the top off that roof. We're gonna go over and use the side door. If you look at sheet E1, which is the existing additions, if you look at the existing side elevation, you can see there's an appendage that comes off the back, right on the upper right. So
Oh,
that appendage is an old wood chute, half of it's slanted, and then there's access down to my basement. So we're taking the top off of that and attaching, coming over that, with a small deck on top, mainly because it just gets, the footprint gets really large, but I want to have it attached.
Okay.
So I'll maintain that wood chute as kind of a closet. I'll still have a side door access, and then I'll have access inside, from inside the garage, I can get up to the second level. So you can see there's sheet E2 and on E3, you can see a cut through the stairway coming up. So at the bottom right-hand corner,
Yeah.
which is,
Oh, okay, yep,
so you see that's an inside view looking up and not be the doorway.
okay.
Oh, down in, Jimmy.
My intent is that I'm working with Seacoast Home Design on Wentworth to come up with the structural plans for it if all this goes well. And some of the more architectural, you know, he's gonna do a little bit of
So the bottom line here is, you're asking for relief on the setback of the side.
I am. The bottom line is to get that 24 feet. I have old property plans Jim Hill provided. I actually had Mark Boyer go out and just, you know, retrace the line, and it cuts across the top of an existing fence. So, right in this area, see where this grass is? There's a fence right there, 6-foot fence, and it comes behind. 4 feet off of that is my property. So that fence corner is on the corner property line. So I'm gonna be about where this trash can is. So the good news is if I get this done, all the trash cans will be inside. So it'll definitely clean up things for me, from a storage aspect. And, you know, if I don't get it, obviously, for me to build a one car really isn't equitable because the cost scale goes way down. It's a sliding scale when you build something like that. And for me, the amount of storage I would lose, to lose a car and lose the storage, it just doesn't make sense for
It
me.
wouldn't be economically feasible not to ask for the, or not economically, but even service-wise or anything else. It'd be more than a mere inconvenience for you not to approach, 4 feet from the property line?
Yeah, I mean, it would basically tank the project for me because for me right now, I'm in the basement. I basically can't store anything of value down there. And so for me, it's more than a mere inconvenience. It's kind of a livable thing. Like, we have 2 kids, we have toys, we have storage, we need some additional
Okay,
space.
this is nothing, this does not come from anything in which you, or any of your prior action, is that correct?
No, house has been there for 100 years, no. The only thing I've done is I've done landscape to it. I paved the driveway. You know, when I moved in the house, it was a gravel lot in front.
Okay, you have plenty of parking in the front and also within the garage.
I do, yeah.
That would work for you,
The driveway's
with
almost-
not making any problems to the area.
No, it wouldn't really cause any detriment to my neighbors. There would be no functional detriment to my neighbors, really no visual.
Upon my visual inspection over there, I observed the nice buffering and landscaping you have, so no additional buffering or landscaping shall be required for this addition.
Yeah, it's not necessarily required. I'm a landscape architect, so, you know, I put in some evergreens to kind of buffer the house next door as a good neighbor. I can only go a fence 6 feet high. The house on that side is gonna be higher. It actually works out for the neighbor because when they sit on the deck, they kind of look down
So you're
on
gonna
it.
maintain the fence then?
For now, until it falls down, probably soon. And at which point, I'll probably plan to go in there with some emerald arborvitae.
So you maintain the buffer either with a fence or with, natural,
I prefer natural vegetation.
vegetation.
Yeah.
Okay, but a buffer will be
A
maintained.
buffer will maintain, yes.
Okay, trash, there's no problems with trash at this time.
No, the trash at this time,
Yeah, well, this is not gonna be an endeavor that would create any additional.
no, if anything, it's gonna house the trash barrels, so we'll be cleaning up the area.
All right, I'm just going off the top of my head, what else do I need for a finding of fact?
Private road,
Yeah, I'd like to see an amendment to that. If the solicitor agrees, since that is a private road, we wish to amend the application for a variance because it has no frontage. That's a private road.
It's already a non-conforming lot,
Mhm.
a record.
It isn't, he's addressed that it is a non-conforming lot of record, but it has no frontage.
If I could,
Yep.
it says front lot line in our definitions. It says the lot line separating a lot from a street right of way, doesn't necessarily say public and or private.
Oh, okay.
That can open us to quite a few things in the whole town, because any time that we